Are we live? Yes, we are live. Cheers, everybody. And coming to you live from the Columbia River Gorge on the Washington side. Happy Friday!
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
Well, hello, everybody. It is hot. It is hot in Minitini III today because we forgot to turn on the AC. You know, this morning was cool. It was outside. It was like in the 50s or high 50s. So, we went out and we've been out and about for a couple hours. Yeah, almost 5 hours to be exact. And now outside is very pleasant, especially in the wind. It's very windy, as you can probably tell. It's very windy, but here the RV is like a greenhouse, so it is getting hot in here, like the song goes. So first of all, I want to thank, and I don't know if I still see it here. Yes, Armando Correa for that super chat. Thank you, and happy Friday, Robert and Neely and Mom, which wish you were here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Safe travels and see you in Tampa. To crop and overlay, yeah, I just got an updated version of this software that I use, and it's giving me all kinds of tips. So I wish I was at the Hershey show. I mean, I'm at a gorgeous place. The Columbia River Gorge is gorgeous. Um, so in that sense, I'm very glad I'm here. But I would like that to be with you guys. The sense of community at the Hershey show is very important, and I kind of wish I was there. Armando Correa and Red Jaguar. I mean, everybody's out there. Everybody's posting pictures on YouTube, and my mom just replied because I sent her a reminder that. Today was Darlene Barcelo. Hello there. And who else is here? Christopher Olson. Love the windy Pelican Head update today. Yeah. And that was like the windiest spot, actually, on the road as we were driving back east, coming to where we are right now. It was very windy. Even Starship, you could feel it. I mean, Starship not with a trailer, just the big camion. Margaret Contreras, hola traveling Robert, happy Friday. Thank you for keeping up with your peeps. You rock. Margarita and Bernie from Arcadia, California. Well, hello, Arcadia, California. And yeah, we're running out of time here at this late portion of the trip. Um, and this is the plan for the next couple of days. And I seriously doubt we're going to be able to do that meetup in Portland. I mean, we're going to be in Portland tomorrow, but it's going to be just for a couple of hours, and not the extensive trip to Portland that I hoped. We're running out of time. At some point early next week, we have to hightail it back east. So I mean, I'm waiting for an email from Winnebago on that, but most likely. Okay, today is what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Tuesday at the latest, we have to hightail it east. And I still want to see a little bit of Portland. I want to go up to Mount Hood. I want to go to Cape Disappointment. That's where they have the final interpretive center for the Lewis and Clark expedition. I want to go to Astoria, Seaside, Cannon Beach. So and a little bit of the Oregon coast on before going east. So so Dylan Reynolds asking how the trip going. Well, that's exactly how it's going. Aside from being a little rushed, this final part, which hello, it's me. It's gonna be rushed, right? We're having a great time here. We are at a place today at the Dales or Dalles here in it's on the Oregon side. Delicious. Oh man, it's an historic saloon, and we had some salmon, and of course this is salmon country out here. So I'm also sorry I'm not gonna be able to make it to M21 this year. I was looking forward to meeting everybody there once again. Of course, the RV DJ is gonna be there. Red Jaguar is gonna be there. A lot of people. So, but there's always next year, right? Uh, P. Lombardo, good evening, beautiful people. Hope everyone is ready for an amazing weekend. Yes, and the weather is beautiful here. I think it's gonna get cloudy tomorrow. So this afternoon, after the live stream, we might. My resolution just went down. It's probably because the computer is overheating because it is so hot here. Um, Good evening from Sweden. Hello, Emma, Brisman, and the Curtis family. The man, the myth, the legend. Thank you so much. And Papo, here we are waiting. Lots of rain from Fiona. That's that hurricane that is going to Miami, right? I don't think it's going to Miami. Is it going to Miami?
It's not a hurricane yet.
It's not a hurricane yet. It's just like a tropical storm. That's what we call in Spanish a viento platanero, because it just destroyed the plantain trees, but everything else survives. Greg Matthews, hello. Robert and Neely from Colorado working tonight. Wish I could catch your show. We'll watch it from home later. Love all your travels. Looking forward to a lot more. Take care. Well, take care, and see you in a couple hours later when you watch. Um, Chef Alex at large. Hey, Robert. Great show. Started drinking game. Every time you touch your nose, we have to drink from our IPA. I see you on the road. Like this. Cheers, everybody. Talking about IPAs. This is a place where we went to last night. And the place that was introduced to me by a couple of viewers back in 2019 when I was in this area. It's called Everybody's Brewing. And cheers. And this is the Cryo IPA, which is really good. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Mount Hood has a hotel where The Shining was filmed. That's exactly where we're going. Yeah, the Timber Lodge, the Timberline Lodge. The way Mount Hood yesterday was a little cloudy, and one of my biggest fears is being so smoky in Idaho. It was like, I mean, you couldn't see a mile away. It was that bad. I was afraid that we were not going to be able to see Mount Hood or Mount. What's the other Mount? Adams, Mount Adams, uh, which is on the north side. We saw both still a little bit covered in snow, and they're gorgeous mountains. And Mount Hood today looked beautiful, especially this morning when we crossed the river onto the Oregon side. Oh man, it's amazing. And our friend Stephen Loy, hi to you and Illy from Savannah. It's beginning to feel like fall here. Enjoy the rest of your trip. Be safe. Love the salmon. Casita RV Live, hello there. Good evening to all and traveling Roberts. Stephen Prib, happy Friday from the Trailhead and Gypsy. Stephen and Debbie Prib. And Janelle Turner, hello Robert, finally able to make it here to the live chat. Greetings from California, Maryland. California or Maryland, or both. Uh, Richard Chinotti, you got the life, must be nice. I'm not complaining. I really love traveling and being able to see all these. It's quite a treat. Hey, Tab Channel, hello, happy Friday, have a nice weekend, Robert. Where are you now? We are in White Salmon, Washington. I have to think about it because we are on the Columbia River. So you cross the river, you're in Oregon, and then you cross back and you're in Washington, and I'm utterly confused here. So, Jan Dave, did you make it to the Stonehenge replica that overlooks the river at Maryville? We didn't. I did. Whoa, just went out of focus here. I did back in 2019, and we just, I try to focus for the most part on Lewis and Clark landmarks this time around. But when I edit this video, I don't know if I'm gonna do a couple of flashbacks or maybe just reference the video where all the stuff that we've missed on purpose are. So Christopher Olson, have you ever been to John Day Fossil Beds National Monument, Oregon? I saw photos from there. It looked cool. No, I haven't, but I'm gonna add it to my list now, for sure. And we may be hitting some points of interest on the way east, especially on the first day that we're gonna drive across Oregon. Eugene and Bend come to mind. We'll see. Uh, and I mean, if we do that, we're gonna have a couple of 8 to 10 hour days, but it's a huge country. Uh, Jeromap, you really need to check out the Golden Dale Observatory. They do great show at night. It is a Washington State Park. Cool. California is a town in Maryland. Okay, there you go. Near Hollywood, Maryland. There you go. All you need is San Francisco, Maryland, or actually Pasadena. You know, all the cities close to. Anyway, Radu Stofarok, cheers, Robert and Pelican Heads. Fall is starting to appear here in the Bay of Fundy. Hey, man, one of these days I'll make it to the Bay of Fundy. And I don't know if fall. I mean, I think this part of the country it gets cool in the morning every day, right? It's That's the one thing that I'm not looking forward too much to getting back into the humid heat of South Florida, but that's where we're heading eventually. Keith Ratchek, Multnomah Falls is really cool to see in Columbia Gorge area. Yes, I saw it from the rest area back in 2019, and this year we intend to get a little closer tomorrow, actually. At some point tomorrow, mid-morning, around noonish, we're gonna because it's on the way to Portland. And then in Portland, one of the main things I have to do, I have to pick up some Amazon packages because I'm running out of hard drive space. So I ordered a couple of hard drives, among other things, and then see a little bit of the city. We're not gonna be able to do much, and then maybe in the afternoon try to go by Mount Hood real quick. And Joel Mortimer, thank you for the super chat. You create excellent videos. I use them for car travel info. My family will be at the Balloon Fiesta October 6th. Hope we can see you in the huge crowd if you're there. I really wanted to go to Balloon Fiesta, but I wasn't able to get the reservations I wanted when they came out. And then there was supposed to be like this influencers area, and they never got in touch with me. And to be, I would love to, but I can. It will have to be next year. Next year, I'm gonna plan it differently. This year has been a little bit of a mess in planning wise, because I was waiting on many things. I mean, I was supposed to finish this trip probably in early August, but I left late because I was waiting for the truck. The truck never came until 2 months ago. So first I was waiting for a truck. Then I had to come back to pick up the truck, which it's fine. I'm really glad we made that upgrade. Then I had to go down to Pelicam to get that roof over Minitini I, and then I kind of had this couple of commitments with Zone Outdoors, which um, I was gonna say something. Yeah, it's been a good partnership with them. I really like the resorts, and to be able to share that with you guys. And then I have this commitment with to be at the open house in Elkhart, which is cool since I wasn't able to make it to the Hershey RV show. At least I'll get to see some of the new units there. Hello, Robert Garces on the road. Happy Friday, our friends from Naples. Any plans to visit Mount Rainier? Hikes? No, not really. That's gonna have to be another trip to the west, and that's what I'm trying to make the next year trips a little better organized, and perhaps we can do some of this on our way to Alaska, which is the ultimate goal for next summer. But I'll have to figure out when roads begin to open at the end of spring. You know, so some places like like Glacier National Park doesn't really open until June 15 or even later. So those places I'm not gonna be able to see because by June 15 I want to be at least in Dawson Creek in the Yukon Territory. So big trees in Oregon, such amazing area of the country. It is those. What's the tree on the license plate? The Douglas fir. Um, what are your plans from here? Heading straight back east or down into the southwest? I'm gonna do backwards. So for you, it is the correct way. I'm gonna make a beeline east to Elkhart, Indiana. Then a beeline south, kind of to Atlanta, Georgia. Then I'm gonna come back into where I bought the truck to pick up some documents and maybe do an oil change, and then down to Pelican, and then down to Miami, and all that's gonna happen in the course of 10 days, maybe. So yeah, it's after we see Astoria and Seaside and Cannon Beach, the trip is pretty much over. By then, this is just gonna be going to nonstop from one place to the other. And Janelle Turner, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And everybody say hello to my mom. Greetings to everybody. A big hug to the productions moderators. Love mom. Yes, our moderator. I think today is being uh, civil, right? I think ever since I made that change that if you can only comment if you are a subscriber, that's that's helped a lot. Uh, Let me reset the chat here a little bit. I think you're missing a couple of stickers on your map, Robert. Good you noticed. Yeah, I've been neglecting my map and I keep forgetting, but maybe tonight. I just have to, I get lazy and I have to. I want to make a video of me sticking the stickers, right? Is that even so? We need to do Colorado. We need to do Utah. We need to do. Well, it's been that kind of trip: Nevada, California, Arizona. We just did a little bit, so no. Then up to then from we did a little bit of the Oregon coast actually. From here we did one of this and then one of this. So Idaho, Washington, and Oregon definitely are getting put on the map. So and I have to do that before I return Minitini. So okay, Jerome map. For the most part, the highway passes that are closed in Washington are open by late May or early June. Most passes are open all year except if there's too much snow. And I have to play it by ear that early because it would be pretty much early May when I would come back to this area. So we'll see. American Writer Insider. Hey, Traveling Robert, anytime we'll be able to see the Miami meetup video. Oh man, you remember your friend recording it? Actually, because that was the other announcement I was gonna make. We might go on hiatus here for a couple of weeks because I'm not gonna have time to edit. Let's be honest. I'm gonna be driving pretty much all day, every day, and after pretty much after, and then I'm gonna be doing filming during the day. So after the Louisville video that is coming out this Sunday, there's not gonna be anything new on the Lewis and Clark trip. Probably until like second week of October already. Oh my gosh, this year is flying by. So most likely until October 9th, we're not gonna do St. Louis. I do have a rerun that I could do. I have the movie of my travels with mom. I could edit something real quick from that. Actually, that's a great idea. I might do the Miami meetup on one of these Sundays. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet, but there's not gonna be another video of the Lewis and Clark series until October 9th, most likely. I need to take a break, and it's not sustainable making long videos and traveling at the same time. It's make sure you go to Crater Lake, Oregon. We were there. We went to Crater Lake. It's a blur. It was about a week ago. It was very smoky, but still, I mean, we could see the sheer size of the place. I mean, it's very impressive, and and we're just gonna have to go back now that I know where to camp. And when will you come back to Rapid City, South Dakota? I haven't even edited the video from Rapid City from a couple of months ago, so I love the area, and I know I'll be back. I don't know if it's gonna be next year or the year after, but I know I'm gonna be back to Rapid City at some point. We missed a couple of things. What was the cave that is by there? Flute Cave or something like that. I can't remember. It's a national park. I don't know, but that's one of the few that we missed. And there's a horse ranch. There are several things. So I-90 Snoqualmie Pass is a low pass, like 3,200 feet. The rest of the passes in the state are generally higher. Washington 410, which is Chinook Pass, leads to Rainier, closes in the winter, but it's super pretty. And we may be able to hit some of those on the way back from Alaska, actually. The one time I don't want to be here is during wildfire season like this time around. I wanted to avoid it, but we just the trip got delayed and delayed and delayed, and that's it is what it is. Actually, the smoke does give it a, especially in photography, does give it a special quality, because you can kind of see a little more the depth in a sense. Hey, Christian Machon. Hey, Robert, my family and I enjoy your travels so much. We're gonna get a Class A RV soon. What type of drone do you have? Keep on RVing. I have a DJI Mavic 2 Zoom, which is good, but it's already a little dated by today's standards. I would get one of the like the Mavic Air 2 or the 3. I don't know. I think they're going by the 3 now. One of the smaller Mavics that have 4K capability. Having the zoom is cool for certain shots, but it's not the main. I mean, I use it, but not as much as I thought I would. Maxine, Oliver, catch you guys later. All right, take care. Have a great weekend there. Emma Brisman might take some abstinence, but take the time you need. We'll be here waiting. Don't want you to burn out. And I'm not quite burned out, but I'm a little like I have the burnt ends going. So it's been that kind of year, that kind of trip. But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm having the time of my life here. Kevin Bentley, happy Friday, everybody. I've got the itch to hitch rubber. Life keeps getting in the way. We may have to go late fall or winter. Besides Quartzsite, what is the best place to escape the cold? I want to say Florida. I mean, it's going to be crowded, but Florida or anywhere, hugging the Gulf Coast. I mean, it can get, it can freeze, but it's not like an every night event. Southern California is beautiful too in winter. So anywhere in that general vicinity, like yeah. Uh, Project Basecamp from Colorado, and Jan Dave. One thing on my Columbia River Gorge bucket list is seeing Oregon's most famous fish, Herman the Sturgeon, at Bonneville Hatchery. We might do that. Are we close to Bonneville Hatchery? Fish Hatchery. And I'm gonna add it to the list because we're gonna be very close tomorrow to that particular location. Hey, Mr. CLT in the house. El Mandalorian, Key West is the best. Yeah, Key West. I have the Mavic Air 2S. Yeah, I believe that everybody that I've seen having the Mavic, they agree it's the Air. to us. In fact, some people told me not to get the zoom, but I was bent on having a zoom. And for certain shots that I've taken, where you can see that parallax effect, the background moving one way and the foreground moving in the other direction, it's quite cinematic. Be sure to check out from Colin McSherry the Squaqualmie Falls. Squaqualmie. You see? Well, that's going to have to be another trip, but I'm going to add him to the list. Yeah, those are kind of closer to Seattle. So, yep. Lucky Dog Productions have the Mavic Air. There you go, Lucky Dog Productions. How you doing, Bob? And Oliver DeVries. Robert, while you are in Washington, try some of their wines. Columbia Valley makes some excellent wines. Yes, we certainly have to stock up on wine. Probably tomorrow is going to be the day that we're going to do the most touring. Tomorrow, Saturday. Because today, after this, I'm kind of the main thing that I'm gonna do is we're gonna try to explore a little bit of the gorge today because tomorrow is gonna be cloudy. But I haven't finished Sunday's video yet. It's almost done, and then explore a little bit. Hi, Robert. We were wondering if you ever thought about doing a cross-country series on the National Road, the Lincoln Highway, Nikki and D in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and. Yes, I do. I do want to do the National Road, and I've done Route 66 in parts. Yeah. Parallax, your optical engineering side is coming out. Hey. And where was I? Emma Brisman, Eddie Negrete, hello from El Monte, California. Is that from where El Monte RV is from? No, probably not. That's the one that we rented. Have you checked out the Columbia Gorge Discovery Center? We're thinking of staying there since they are a harvest host. No, I haven't. I have not. And I've had a little bit of bad luck with harvest hosts lately. Like you make that online reservation and they don't ever approve it, or that happened a couple of days ago, and then there was another one that they had like a mandatory purchase of like $40 or something like that. I'm like, you know what, for $40 I'll probably stay at a state park. But yeah, Catherine Sagerfield, if you can meet us in Edmonton, Alberta, Alberta, Canada, please let me know. Get in contact with me, as I would love to meet up. I don't know exactly when we're gonna be there, but yes, I would definitely, especially next year, that I think I want to plan these trips a little better, and not have as many commitments. As many hard dates where I have to be somewhere, and I think that would be the sweet spots. Because if I could spend 3 or 4 more days in this area, I would gladly do, and do that Portland meetup, which we're not gonna be able to do, and we're kind of far from Portland. If we were like, oh, my neighbor is back. If we were like 15 minutes from Portland, yeah, but we are a little over an hour away, and I don't want to be driving back here tired after a meetup. So, I'm a Putz. Executive producer Gordon Rice, sounds like you're not going to be near Mount Hood. Wanted to meet up and buy an IPA from our local brew pub. Always enjoy your videos. Tomorrow we're gonna be near Mount Hood at some point. Let me look at my map here because I'm lost without my map. And there's Mount Hood Village. Oh, but you mean the Mount Hood, like the town? Actually, we're very close to Mount Hood. And tomorrow, at some point, either on our way or on our way back from Timberline Lodge, we're gonna pass by Mount Hood. So send me a private message or send me a message on Patreon, and we can get in touch. Greg Graham, thank you for that super chat. Love your videos always, Greg in UK. Oh, thank you so much. And Bob Leach, I feel like the voicemail from the guy today complaining about the price of the item you're sponsoring was a little awkward. I could feel the awkwardness over the waves of the web. Well, it is what it is, right? And yeah, it is a pricey item. Some things are, you can either get an inexpensive HP computer, or you can get a MacBook Pro. And for my work, I need an expensive MacBook Pro. And the same thing, if I mean the blue water filter that everybody has for $30, it does the job. I hope it cleans the water, but this one is a three-stage filter, and if you read about it, you know what it does. So sometimes I like to play on the podcast, the critical voicemails as well. From skipping around, I joined late. Where are you tonight, Oregon? I'm actually in Washington, but I'm just a bridge away from Oregon. So, and a $2 toll away from Oregon. And there's even a brewery on the Oregon side that we might hit tonight. We'll see. Edward Duran, enjoying some IPAs, Lagunitas, one of my favorites. And we were just at Lagunitas Brewery, like I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago. This part of the trip has been a blur. I mean, I'm not gonna know where I've been until I edit those videos. But we've seen a lot in a short period of time, and we're gonna be able to finish the Lewis and Clark trip, because my one of my goals is to make. I mean, it's not gonna be a complete, super fancy documentary, but it's. I think it's gonna come out good. I mean, right now, it's some sections of the trip are even a little bit of a blur in my mind, but it's gonna be comprehensive. It's gonna be like a 2-hour movie. That's what I intend to do. It's gonna be the whole trip we've done, but just focusing on the Lewis and Clark. I mean, it could be like a movie. Jerome, I don't have a 3-stage filter. You are promoting. I have a 3-stage from a competitor, but 3-stage is the only way to go. Those little inline filters do next to nothing. And the other time when I feel like using the cheap one is, like, sometimes you just want to be quick. You get to the dump station, you just want to fill up your tank, and this the 3-stage is big. Maybe if I can mount it permanently somewhere eventually, that would be the way to go. So, how long until you update your travel map? Maybe I should do it live on the air today, but I don't know exactly where my stickers are. I have to look for them. But I promise next live stream I'm gonna have a complete map there with all the states that I've been to, and on this that Minitini III has been to. Let's put it that way. So how long? Yeah, we're headed to Oregon in a couple of weeks from Cass and Keith Ratchet. By the way, if you're in Astoria, check out the Goonies house. If you remember that movie, yes, I remember it. In fact, the first time I saw it was in black and white in Cuba, with Spanish subtitles, I suppose, or dubbed. So yeah, it's been a long time. I should rewatch it because it's been a long time. And the last time I was here in 2019, I did pass by the house. They don't let you go like see the house from up close. The new owners, they don't like visitors, and I joked in the video that if I owned that house, I would be like a Ferengi and make profit from it. IPAs will make the mind foggy. The Lost RVers. Yeah, you should talk. LOL. What was I thinking? Oh, that was me, my foggy mind. Joanne Marie Garnon, and when you were in Vermont, did you get to the Northeast Kingdom? I don't think I did. No, no, I didn't. We spent about a whole week in Vermont, but there's so much to do in the state that a whole week is not as much as you would think. Emma Brisman, do you get to enjoy the travels and take it all in real time, or is it happening more during editing? I think it's a combination of both. I think I do enjoy the moment when it is something. So some things are not photography friendly in the sense that you have to be there to truly enjoy the smells and that kind of thing. You know, like the redwoods or even Crater Lake. You know, you had to be there. But I do enjoy I get to relieve the travels. As I'm going, which right now makes me really confused because I'm traveling in Oregon, I'm editing in Kentucky, and it's like, where am I? I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, what's going on here? hey, hey, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, doing the truffle shuffle. Where am I? Where am I? Uh, I'm trying to find the. Michael Sue, I'm guessing you're somewhere around Vancouver, Washington. If you are, cross the bridge to the great Notion Brewing in the Alberta neighborhood. Great brews. Tomorrow we're gonna make a point. At least I'm gonna add it to my map. I don't know. It's there's only so many beers you can have, especially if you have to drive. I try to limit myself. Uh, so no, I may not be able to do that. I do want to do a brewery in Portland just because it's Portland. And Robert, do you have a problem with the wheel on Minitini like 1 and 2? Two was fine. Minitini 3 does one of the tires is wearing out. In fact, what I did, I replaced it with the spare a couple of weeks ago. Skipping around, I loved your niche with the GoPro video on the roof of Minitini. When will we see videos of the two other cameras on your RV? Well, you've probably seen a couple of them. It's subtle, but in the videos, for example, when we did, especially when I went with mom, I think that we did the Blue Ridge Parkway. A lot of the Blue Ridge Parkway and the trip we did along that area. I've used some shots of the side cameras on the Kentucky portion. On that portion of the trip, I didn't. But as soon as we get like to the open west, when you see like expansive views on both sides, you're gonna start seeing it a lot more in the videos of this trip, for sure. Uh, hey, Jim Forey. Yesterday was Barb's birthday. She will not let me say how old she is now. LOL, but sure your wife caught it yesterday on short break from work. Well, hey, if she's listening, happy birthday, dear Barb. Happy birthday to you. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. Hey, Jim, take her someplace nice, man. And Timberline Lodge is cool, fantastic lobby, main room decorated with artwork and artifacts, and a great view. It is a long and winding road to get up there. Seems to take forever. Well, tomorrow we're gonna try to make it at some point, and hopefully, I mean, it's the weather is supposed to deteriorate tomorrow, so we'll do as much as possible. What can you do? Project Basecamp. I don't know if you like whiskey, but Woodinville whiskey in Woodinville, Washington is fantastic. I do like a good glass of whiskey on the rocks from time to time, especially when I have to sing. And there might be a Minitini lounge in the Instead of the Lewis and Clark, you may do IPA and beer tour. Hey, that's not a bad idea. And what do we have here? Cam AR Music Bose. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Hey, Robert, 2 weeks before I have been 2 weeks before I have been to Salt Lake City. Your videos were great influence for me. Also, would be great if you could update your background scores a little bit. Trust, those were fantastic. And here's the birthday girl, Barb. Yeah, and I'm going to do. I still have to finish the Lewis and Clark song, and I even brought the keyboard with me on this trip. It's just being, it's been one of those. Traveling Robert, no time for a nice place, but I'm taking her to a country fair in a few. Then back to work. Hey, country fair is nice. Um, how do you power the GoPro on top of Minitini? And let's call it plural now because now we have 3 GoPros on the roof. And this is what it looks like. Oops, I dropped my headphones. Actually, I had it right here. I have to charge it. With the 3 cameras, it'll last just under 8 hours, but it'll power the 3 cameras at the same time. This is an Anchor, and I cannot give you the specifications because I put a VELCRO over them, and it's VELCROed to the roof of the trailer. And that's how I power the 3 cameras. And in order for them not to crash, by the way, you have to remove the battery. So just so you know, FYI. So Redman R, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And Garces on the road is super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And I still remember the hot dogs. IPA on us. Cheers. Next will be Cajachina. We have to go to that Cajachina party when we get back to Florida. And it's Traveling Robert IPA. I would buy it. Hey, maybe I could do a partnership with Bob Lucky Dog Productions because I know he used to brew beer, or he still does. I don't know if he still do, and maybe brew a limited. What's the word that everybody uses nowadays? A small batch um, run. So and Dylan wants to know what everybody is eating tonight, and I have no idea. But actually, we had such a great lunch that I'm still not hungry. But then again, it is not even 4 p.m. here yet. So, Robert, you're missing the monsoon rains in Florida tonight. Yeah, it's a totally different climate here. I mean, we are probably like a quarter of the Earth. No, it's not even that much, but 3 time zones away, and yeah. Margaret Suya, hello and everybody. Stephen Griffin, every evening, Robert, late to the party tonight. Where are you this week? We are in Washington at the Columbia River Gorge, which is gorgeous. So yeah, it's it's been a good trip. It's been a good trip, and we're almost done. This is the final stretch, and. Ramin Passion, view of your GoPro in Minitini roof looks great approaching in and out of those tunnels, Robert. Yeah, it does. And yeah, I'm glad you guys like it. I came up with that idea on our first year of RVing back in 2014, actually. It was the trip to Red Coconut that I'm like, I wonder if I attach this GoPro to the roof of the trailer, if it's gonna look good. And I was certain at the time that it was gonna fall off and end up in the middle of I-75 somewhere. But there you go. How far in advance do you plan your journeys? Well, some of journeys like this one, I plan months in advance. But then, like the micro, the macro, I plan far in advance. But the micro, it's like some of this trip, some parts of the trip I've planned, or on a whim I've gone someplace else within. I mean, the day before sometimes, I decided to go to Crater Lake when we did, I think 2 days before. I looked at the place, Mazama campground there. Had an electric site, and I'm like, yeah, we're going. Um, Lucky Dog Productions. I made an IPA with raw water once. It had no bitterness. How long was that trip? Which trip? Well, right now, this trip has taken almost 6 months in the making, but we did go back to Florida at some point. So, Margaret Swayak. No, Swaya? Anyway, thank you for that super chat. I hope your trip is going well and you get the rest you deserve. Yes, I mean, I'm not going to get a whole lot of rest, but I'm gonna take a break from editing or from. It's one of the only things that you know, especially on this trip, that has been a little stressful is being able to finish the video on time. You know, for Sunday release. Um, like this Sunday video, and I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I'm not finishing it. I'm abandoning it. I'm abandoning it at a spot where it'll be at a natural break in the timeline. But I wanted to make a 40-minute video. It's gonna be like 25. So that's this Sunday's video. And hey, and we'll resume with the long videos after I'm back in home base. And yeah. Brett, Daisy, blessings, brother Robert. Love watching your videos. Inspired me to start traveling myself. Hey, do it as long as you can. At some point in life, we sometimes, no, sometimes we're gonna get old and not be able to do it. So as long as I can, and it's. I'm gonna do it. Mr. Roboto, any boondocking this trip? As a matter of fact, yes, especially now in August. No way, we couldn't boondock if it is 90 degrees out there. I mean, we could, but we wouldn't want to do it. So even for quick overnights, we paid for a campground just to have electric. But now that it is cooling down, we've done like last week we boondocked like 3 nights in a row, and it was cool. Um, I did have to turn on the generator at some point. Jean Lavoie, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Ask Remy, the videos do not need to be perfect. Well, they don't, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist myself when it comes to that. So, P. Lombardo, have you thought of using a GoPro Max 360 and make a VR video? That would be cool. I have an Insta 360 that I could use for that. But yeah. What are your plans after you stay at home base for a bit? We're gonna stay until the end of the year at home base. We might make a trip to the Keys. We might make a trip to the Smokies, maybe. But actually, I forgot I had a beer here. It's getting warm. Hold on. But for the most part, until January, we're not gonna be able to. I mean, we would be able to, but I don't want. I wanna concentrate. Maybe even be like 3 weeks ahead of my videos. So at some point, I don't have to be editing the video 2 days before it goes live, and that will be like a great relief for me. And then in January, I'm most likely gonna do the Tampa show, but I also want to be in Quartzsite. We'll see how we work that out and be in 2 places at the same time. There are also planes, that they travel a lot faster than RVs, so we can do something quick like that. Lacey, hello Robert. I haven't called you live in a while. Sending love from Alaska. How's the weather in Alaska? I bet you it's getting cold already. And by the way, after my Alaska trip of 2010, I was so obsessed with Alaska. After that, I really I love that state, and I can't believe it's taking me so long to go back. But next year, if, God willing, we'll be able to make it. Um, I discovered this app on the iPhone. The iPhone was relatively new at the time. There was this app that had all these webcams, and once in a while, I had already saved all the webcams from like Fairbanks and even farther north, and I would like monitor the snow and see how it looked at different times of the year. It was I was very much obsessed at the time. Mr. Robot, domo arigato, Mr. 25 to 30 minutes is fine, traveling Robert. Let me see if I can stretch it to 30. We understand if you need a break from doing videos because you're busy, and I may not. I'm gonna try to have something that, even though it's not gonna be like a highly produced video. Um, I do have a movie made already, edited. It's just there sitting unlisted about the trip I did to mom with mom earlier this year that I could release it one of those Sundays, and then another Sunday is going to be a oh man, I totally lost my train of thought reading the message from Casita here. Um, oh, I'm gonna make a video about the open house. It's like the RV show video that sometimes I interrupt the timeline. I could do that one. Those are easy, quick to edit. Boom, 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 and just look at the state. Keep those the northwestern communities in your thought. I'm safe in Anchorage. What's going on in Alaska? I didn't know, but. Anyway, a Casita RV Life Quartzsite traveling rover. Yeah, well, I'm still thinking of going to Quartzsite in January, but and then after Quartzsite, work our way. I want to go back to California. I want to do some more California. I want to do some of the lower elevation Utah. We can do in winter. Um, we'll see. And now that I have this nice 4x4 truck, I could even do a little bit of winter camping here and there, right? I could take some more snowy roads. Um, Cam R Music Bows, thank you for the super chat. Sorry, Robert, last message I have sent with spelling mistakes. All I wanted to say is all your background scores were really fantastic. Since I love it, I need your new compositions now. Oh, thank you. And I do want to make some new music. Sometimes, even I, get tired of Music City from time to time if I use it in every single video. I try to mix it up, but I definitely want to come up with new music now that I'm gonna be at a home base. It's a lot easier, because here in the RV, I have the keyboard, but it's under the dinette. So I would have to remove the dinette, and it's bulky, big. It was a mistake to bring it. I thought I was going to be able to compose music on the road, but I didn't. So I hope you can visit Saudi Arabia and promote RV in the winter season in Saudi Arabia. Hey, Nasser Al Mandani. Uh, yeah, I don't see why not. Uh, And Janelle Turner, any video you do is always great, regardless of length. I love traveling with you. Thank you so much. You're very kind. And a question: will you go to Alaska in the winter, sometime around the winter solstice? And the answer is yes. I would love to. Not with the RV though. I might fly to actually to experience the dark. I would fly again to Fairbanks, and I'm sure you can take a bush plane or something to up to Wiseman, which has an airport. It's a very old mining community in Alaska. We were there. It's right on the Dalton Highway, and it doesn't really the sun doesn't come out for several weeks in winter, and I would love to see that. Love Western, take a well-deserved break. Can't imagine all the time it takes to edit and make quality video. You have an amazing amount of videos that we can watch if you don't have a video on Sundays. And Bob Leach, surprised you don't have a roadie to set up the keyboard for you. Really disappointed. Maybe I can hire Ely for that. And Chef Alex at Large, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And my mom says blessings to everyone. Love, and it hasn't come up on my screen yet. Here, there we go. So, yep, and that's why this video is called Hiatus. Even though this Sunday we're gonna do a video, and there might be a video the following Sunday. I don't know yet. But my van life adventures. Hi, Robert. I was watching your Canada road trip 2011. I think it was really good, especially not having stabilization on GoPro back then. Cool seeing the beginnings. Yeah, that was a while back, and I want to do a similar trip at some point. Maybe do like the whole Trans Canada, from Vancouver all the way to the Maritimes, and or the Bay of Fundy at least, at the very least. All right, I'm gonna start wrapping this up here in a little bit. It's been great once again chatting with all of you, and we have 3 dislikes, believe it or not. Daniel Salazar, traveling Robert, my RV poop pipe. What? Really? What? How can I fix this, please? Then get a new one. Nestor Al Madani. It's lovely watching your show, travel, and I love the 2019 road trip, and most specifically the Northwest and Victoria, Canada is amazing. Yes. That day trip to Victoria was really good. Christopher Olson, thank you for tonight. I'm off to bed. Good night from Sweden. See you next week. And here, I have the window closed because it is, we don't have the greatest view from this window. It's kind of the private residence of the owners of this campground. But that's what it looks like in our neck of the woods right now. It's sunny, beautiful day here in the Columbia River Gorge area. Actually, that mountain you saw, that's on the Oregon side. El Mandalorian, great chat today. Thank you so much. And William Brody, everyone have a great weekend. Hope to see you all soon. I hope to see you all soon. Next week, we're going to be... Oh, man, I don't even know. It's been that kind of whirlwind kind of trip. Well, next Friday, you all going to be at the M22. Well, those of you who are going to the M22. And Sonia did send me an invitation, or Jim sent me an invitation for the live stream that you guys are going to do from there. So I'm going to make it a point to be in there at some point. But otherwise, we're going to be driving to the east. Okay, here we go. The live RV DJ gig on Saturday. Okay, so we're gonna try to be there next week. I want to say Nebraska, but it could still be Utah. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say next Friday we're gonna be in Nebraska. Let's see if we are really in Nebraska next Friday. So let me bring out the guitar. Young Dave, the Lewis and Clark trip has it been as good as you expected, or maybe a bit rushed? It's been a little more rushed than I expected, just because I had to make that big detour. But other than that, actually the beginning of the trip, we kind of took our time, and that's also why the end here has had to be a little rushed, which is arguably the best part. And the best part, like crossing the Rockies, it was smoky as heck. It was very smoky. So that was very disappointing. In fact, I have vowed to do... Maybe I'll do that part. Well, it depends on the snow, but it would be great to do it next year. in spring, which is the most beautiful part. I mean, late spring, the mountains still have snow on them, and the air is clear. And hey, Mr. Mikey, sorry you had all the smoke in the Bitterroot Valley. Hope to catch up with you on the way home. Um, yeah, that was very disappointing. That was the most disappointing part of this whole trip. But hey, it's if there's something you cannot control, is the weather, right? So yeah, what can you do? I mean, it was still enjoyable. It was like, I mean, you could feel it. You could smell that smoke in the air. It was very unhealthy, but we discovered the lovely town of Lolo. So now we want to go back to Lolo, maybe with Lolo. I don't know. Um, so let me get my guitar, and I know the guitar doesn't sound too good on this microphone on the laptop. I don't know why. Maybe next week I'll use this one, which is not the one that I'm using. So away we go. Oops! I almost broke the guitar. What has been the best Lewis and Clark museum? Oh, there was one. There was one. I want to say somewhere in the one that has like the full size replica of the killboat was really good. It's the one that you go through, and it's the floor is either painted blue or brown depending on whether that part of the journey was on land or on the rivers. But right now I cannot remember where it was. But you'll see it in a video soon. As soon as I edit that video, I am going to remember. So oh man, hold on. The RV DJ Jim figured that since you couldn't be there, you could be there virtually. Yeah, and I'm gonna really try to be able, if I mean, unless we are traveling through an area without internet, I'm gonna try to be there. So Indiana, Florida, singing in Spanish for us. I don't know. I have to come up with a Spanish version of yeah. I'm riding in my RV wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah, I'm riding in my RV wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free. See you next week. Hey, David Brewer. Yes, it's been a while. In my RV. Everybody, see you next week. Same time, same YouTube channel. Have a great weekend. See you on the road.